Hi, my name is Crisis Cicatrix. You can call me Crisis for short. Cicatrix, just so you know, is the new tissue that forms over an open wound and later becomes a scar. So simply put, a cicatrix is scar tissue. So, why this little video? What am I trying to say? Well, a lot of people have encouraged me to make this video because they felt that my story and my experiences and the way I express things to a lot of people could be inspirational. So then the question is, what is my story? Don't mind me, I have a little notepad just to stay on pace. But my story is, when I was born, I was diagnosed with a rare congenital heart defect. So that's CHD. The defect is called hypoplastic left heart syndrome, HLHS. Simply put, means that I was born with only half of my heart. I was given a 1% chance of survival. I suffered a collapsed lung, and my mother was told that if I survived, I would likely have brain damage, as I suffered an insult to the brain. And that's just a few among many of the other complications, like paralyzed vocal cords, etc., etc. So, I underwent 3 reconstructive experimental open heart surgeries so that I could live with my original heart. I've not yet had a heart transplant. It's unknown as to whether one will be needed in the future. And I do not have a pacemaker. And I'm currently 23 years old. So that's a little background. So the thing that I wanted to say is because in recent years, with social media and Facebook especially, individuals like myself, can find CHD support groups, HLHS groups, where you can find other people like yourself, people with the similar condition. There's a handful of HLHS survivors as old as myself. There are not many. As I said, it's really rare. There are becoming more and more younger HLHSers, but sadly, not all of them live full and long lives, which can often be stressful and sad and heartbreaking in many ways. So, my life, to many, is an inspiration. Just seeing me on camera, which at the same time is really nice, is honestly a little scary. So, but when you're on these groups, I come across a lot of posts and comments that have a lot of concerns. And I've met a few people like myself in person, but something I tend to hear a lot or read a lot is this statement that people like myself with HLHS or a form of CHD, they are depressed. They are sad and scared and afraid of their limitations and their longevity. I even read some posts of mothers and parents who wrote that their CHD child had expressed to them that they hated life, that they hated their condition, that they hated being a heart child, and that they wished they hadn't survived because the limitations on their life made them miserable, because they felt that they were missing out on so much. So are there limitations? Yeah, let's be honest. With half of my heart, I can't run, really. I've never participated in any group sports, as I just don't have the endurance for that. I don't have the cardiac output. I can't lift heavy objects. I can't ride roller coasters. And the list goes on because of concerns like dizziness, loss of vision, stroke-like symptoms, faintness, and then more heart surgeries and heart transplants, and the long list of wonderful joys. So, to make the video a little more inspirational and give it a bit of purpose, what I've wanted to say is, sure, there are limits. And in my life, yeah, some doors have been closed. But my concern, not only for people like myself or anyone, is that people can see a shut door and get stuck staring at the door, seeing only the shut door in their life as if every door is shut. And they get trapped there. It's easy to get trapped there, to feel like you have no options. But the thing that I think people often forget, and at times myself I've forgotten, is that in life there are so many things to experience. The possibilities truly are endless. That funny cliche holds a lot of truth. Because sure, sports is not my thing. Sports may not be your thing. But there's music. There's literature. There's film, photography, culinary, art. Endless possibilities. And if you pick one of those and open that door, it leads to 20 more. Let's say you do pick music. What instrument are you going to play? All of them? 1, 2, 3. And once you've decided that, what model of the instrument? But we haven't even decided the genre. If you're like any good 21st century American or 21st century individual, of course you'll pick a jazz-inspired, down-tempo, electronic, death metal with a touch of bluegrass. Just throw it all in there. Or keep it simple and just go with classic rock. But the possibilities really are endless. I'm going to check my little notepad-y thing. So, what's really great, I think, about finding something like that, and a lot of people will say, don't pick something just to pick it. You know, don't just go after an avenue just because you have nothing to pick. But honestly, I disagree with that. Because if you're not unsure, if you don't know what you want to do or what you'd like to try, pick anything. Just pick literature and just read. Because sure, you'll spend some time there, and eventually this will help you decide either, man, this is great, this is me, this is what I love, it's the greatest thing of my life, or, it's not, I'm not feeling this, don't give me another book, no, I'm going to go color outside the lines. So, pick something, because when you pick something, it gives you a platform to stand on. It gives you not only, the way to express yourself, the way to share who you are and how you feel and what you can do, but that platform helps you build those social circles. It helps define who you are. It helps give you a road to take so you're not stuck staring at closed doors and thinking of your limitations. So pick anything. And I think what's great is, personally, the things that I said, the music, the art, the literature, if you're like myself and you have HLHS or CHD, none of those passions, those hobbies, are heart intensive. You can do all of them sitting down without ever breaking a sweat. And you can experience all those things without pushing your limits or having any concern of what you're doing is medically dangerous, which is always a nice stress relief. So, one moment, don't get trapped, not every door is shut, pick something. I think that's about it. So I'll leave you on a quote, since they're not heart intensive. The quote is, tax your mind. Don't tax your heart. Tax your mind. That quote comes from an individual. His name is Crisis Cicatrix. And let me tell you, he's a pretty interesting guy. He definitely wants to see your art. He'd love to see what you do, see how you express yourself. Because as for himself, he's a guitarist. He's a musician. But not just a guitarist that plays classic rock, but blues. and jazz and metal, touch of flamenco, little Irish is nice, anything. But not just guitar. As a musician, he's a bassist. He's a drummer, plays piano, sings, produces hip-hop, EDM, soundtracks. For the movies, he helps write, acts in, helps direct, helps find actors for. Does a little photography with friends. He's also a poet. Had a couple sweet live performances. And according to this video, he may actually have a shot at him as a motivational speaker. And none of those things are heart intensive. And that's a lot of open doors. And I'm only 23. And I got a lot more to do. So tax your mind. Don't tax your heart. Find your way to express yourself. And open the doors. The possibilities are endless. Don't trap yourself. And don't stare at the ones that are shut, feeling depressed for the opportunities you've lost. Because that time lost is time you could have spent experiencing, making opportunities, harnessing skills, practicing talents. Go find your platform. My name is Crisis Cicatrix. I have half of my heart. I'm 23 years old, and this is just the beginning.